good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thirsty Thursday, May 24th, 2018. And it is 50 degrees and it's freaking cold. I have my heated seats on. So this winter has just not wanted to let go. And what's funny is we've had spurts of like really hot weather. And then it smacks you in the face and says, psych! It's not winter. It's not summer yet. So Friday's supposed to be 80 degrees. I'm going to be working. And then of course Saturday and Sunday is going to be chilly and rainy, and Monday may be decent. And Monday I have a 3-day weekend, so that's great. No workout last night. So the video that I was making yesterday stopped because I ran out of space apparently. However I have it set up, I ran out of space. So I finished it last night. I just have to combine the two videos together, and I haven't had a chance to do that, so I'll do that probably tonight. I did not work out last night, and I said last night in the video what I had for dinner, which was shrimp and chicken, and that's really about all that I had. And I went to the store and got my chocolate almond milk because I had heartburn. I'm gonna go get some more aloe. Look it up online because I know it's pricey at the Access Whole Foods store that I go to, so maybe I can find it cheaper online. I don't know, it's like $20 for like a half a gallon, so maybe if I can find it somewhere cheaper, maybe, but I'll check it out online today. Nothing else really. I stopped eating, I don't know, around 7-ish, I think. And so I brought Activia again today, and I brought regular water. I was bringing pineapple watermelon water, but it was giving me heartburn. The pineapple juice, the acid was giving me heartburn. That's why I need my aloe, because what I was doing before was when I make those things, I add the aloe in with it, so that way it's easier to digest. That's of many years of eating hot sauce and all different kinds of stuff like that. I used to have competitions with my dad, which neither one of us can eat them anymore, but I used to have competitions with my dad who could eat the most of the hottest thing. And nobody ever lost because we both would just tap out at the same time. But so that's years of eating that stuff that has caused it. And then of course the weight gain, because the muscles are not as strong to hold back that acid, and so because of that, that's what causes the reflex. So I am going back into the gym. I have decided that I am going back into the gym, no ifs or buts about it. I was looking at pictures from 2016, and there's no reason why I can't get back to that. I just have to put in a little extra work, because Maine does make me put on some weight. I can't be discouraged, and the way that my eating habits are now, I should have no problem with getting back to that. No, I'm not walking the 6 miles a day like I was when I was in Connecticut, but I can't, because Maine just doesn't. We've discussed that before. You know, you just can't. So I am going back to the gym. I'm going to be spending a little bit more money going to Orange Fitness something or other instead of Planet Fitness, and it's a little smaller, but that's okay. It's perfectly fine. I thought about going to the Y. The Y was an option. I just don't like the fact that some of the classes that I really want to do at the Y, I can't do because they don't have them during the time that I'm out. They're all during the day when I'm at work. And now because my local Y is in an older building, and they have lots of issues with that building, they have changed location for a lot of the classes, the things, and it's all the way on the other side of another town. And realistically, I'm not going to do that. You know, if it was the Y is close to my house, I would have no problem doing that, because just jump in the car, go there, and get it over and done with. But to have to drive all the way to the other side of town and then drive all the way back home and do all that stuff. And I know that's an excuse, but it's really not an excuse. I'm being realistic. And realistically, if a class is at 5 o'clock and I have to go home and wait until 5 o'clock for that class, that's not going to happen. And so then for what would happen is me have to drive all the way over to the other side of town, sit there, wait for the class, and then get back home. So instead of a 5 or 7 minute walk, or you know, or well, it would be more like 8-minute drive, it now is like a 10-minute thing, which doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're exhausted at the end of the day, it is a big thing. And so it's just little things like that that I know that bother me, that I would be like, I don't feel like driving all the way over there today. I don't feel like being out all the time. So go over to Planet Fitness. I mean, go over to the Orange thing. You know, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. I can't walk there, theoretically. I mean, I could, but I can't. Because that's a workout in itself. That's like a 4-mile walk. So, I can't walk there. But what I can certainly do is bring my clothes to work, after work, drive my ass over there, go work out, and then go home. And there's no excuses. And that's what I will essentially do. And if I want to take some classes at the Y, it's only like $8 or $10 to drop in on a class. I can certainly do that. It's not that big deal. But they just don't have, like, they have a kickboxing class. It's at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm sorry, but I work. I don't have time to do this kickboxing class at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So anyway, and I just may, like, if I don't know what day it is, I'll have to check them. But if I have that day off, I just may go on that day. So, anyway, so that's that. So Activia for snack lunch today. Tonight's dinner, I'm going to try to eat up some leftovers. I don't know what's in there. I think there's hot dogs left over and some beans and some stuff like that. I also have turkey that I bought and celery, which is going bad. I know I need to eat some of that. So I might bring that for snack or lunch or whatever tomorrow. And I have some avocados that I need to eat as well. So I don't know. I need to eat up that stuff before making anything else. It's going bad. So I'm going to have to check that out when I go home tonight. So what's going on in the news? What's going on in the world? Well, let's see. The one thing I want to discuss is the NFL. So the NFL has now made a rule that any player that kneels during the national anthem will be fined. Now, frankly, I think it's the stupidest thing. Excuse me. I think it's the stupidest thing that our country cares about. With all of the stuff going on in this country, we're going to care about making this big deal about these players kneeling. The only reason why it's a big deal is because of what they're kneeling for. Because let me point this out. So they're saying that kneeling during the national anthem is disrespectful to the flag, the country, and those who serve our country. And I would have to say that I totally disagree with you on that. Those who serve our country so we have that right to kneel. So we have that right to protest. So we have that right to say what we feel. That's what they serve our country for. I'm pretty sure if you ask the majority of those who served or serve our country, they're going to give you that for an answer. Now, this is how I know that the feeling of the reasoning for it being disrespectful to the country, to the flag, to those who serve, is a piece of garbage, because the hundreds of people who do not sit in their seats during the national anthem because they're at the bathroom, they're at the concession stands, they're talking, nobody gave two shits about them. Nobody said anything to them. Nobody told them to shut up. You're booted out of the game. Nobody said anything to them. Nothing. But players, and I won't even say minority players, I'm just going to say players who kneeled for a cause about police brutality in the community, and that's disrespectful. Nobody says anything about how it's disrespectful or it violates our veterans to allow them to be homeless, jobless, underpaid, underappreciated. Nobody's saying that it's disrespectful or violates these men and women who serve our country when their families are at home going hungry, or they're not able to keep a roof over their heads while their spouses are away. That's not disrespectful or violating our country, though. It's not disrespectful or violating our country that our United States government allows us to spend ungodly amount of money on BS and not supporting its own. Flint, Michigan still has poor water. Years later, what is it, 9 months later, Puerto Rico still has no power. The aftermath of Katrina is still in full force in many communities down there. And that's what, 10 years later, 8 years later? But that's not disrespectful, and that's not violating our country. We have police shooting individuals who are unarmed. Police are being judge and jury. We have bullying at an all-time high in this country. A whole entire generation is confused about their own identity. We have an opioid crisis. We still have children in this country who live below poverty and are hungry. We have millions of people with no homes who are homeless and hungry. We have people who are underpaid. But yet we want to complain and say it's unpatriotic to kneel during the national anthem. Let's talk about what our government has done to our educational system. So, because of so many costs and funding being cut, costs going up, but funding not being added to compensate for that, a lot of programs have been taken out of our educational system. And a lot of things have been seen as useless. So we are raising children who don't know how to sew or boil water. Children who have no clue where parts of the United States are. For Christ's sakes, our immigrants can tell you more things about the United States of America than people who went through the entire 12 years of school, our school education. Science is being cut. So things like dissecting a frog no longer exist. Learning how to write in script is being phased out. Dodgeball, because it can hurt people. Home ec. Teaching a child how to sew and cook and how to do basic self-caring things are being taken out. They no longer exist. How is that not unpatriotic? We're setting our children up for failure, but that's not unpatriotic. That's not disrespectful to those who serve. I don't know. Maybe I just see things differently. I know a lot of people call me a libtard or a demo goob or whatever the hell it is. I don't have a political party. I vote for what those politicians can say that I believe will benefit me and my community and my family. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're alien, purple, green, orange, donkey, horse, Eeyore. I don't really give a shit. What I care about is how your voting and how you do your job affects my family and my life. And so if you're telling me that you agree with some of the things that I agree with and you're able to help me and my family be better, then that's who I'm going to vote for. I'm not going to vote for just because you're a Democrat, because some of them are full of shit. Some liberals are full of shit. Some Republicans are full of shit. So I don't really care about what party you're in. I care about what you stand for. Because I have voted Republican, and I have voted Democrat, and I have voted Independent. It just depends on what you stand for. And do I believe your bullshit? Well, that's the end of the rant for today. You know what I say, the best investment you can make is an investment in you. What are you investing in you today? Today I am investing, I have no freaking idea. It's payday, payroll day, so work is going to be crazy, and I'm still tired. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I guess I'll invest trying to stay healthy and make better choices today. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.